Bortle here at YCS Philly with Whoa, please introduce yourself to the world, man.
Hi, I'm Rehan Saeed, and I just got top 16 at YCS Philadelphia.
What deck, bro?
I played the deck that's now dead after the ban list, Superheavy Samurai.
Whoa, nice. How were your overall reactions and feelings during round 2 of Swiss that the ban list just dropped?
Honestly, I put a lot of time and effort into this deck, thinking that it would be a great pick for Nats once Cash gets hit. So it was really disappointing that they murdered it really early. But like I get it. Like if Cash is gone, this is probably like the best deck.
Yeah. That's true. Alrighty. Before we start the actual deck profile, any shoutouts, man?
Yeah. So shout out to my team, Council Robina. They helped me so much in testing. Shout out to I guess all of them. Shout out to Steve for helping with Cash matchups. He almost topped. He's like probably the first YCS he didn't top. He's been insane with Cash. So shout out to him for helping with my Cash matchup. Shout out to Rob, Nigel, Joe, Vivek, and I'm forgetting names. Or Sebastian. Sorry, Sebastian designed this hoodie. So shout out to him, and shout out to all my friends that have been supporting me. A lot of them have been giving me like encouraging messages and everything like that for this trip. So huge shout out to them. It's my first YCS top, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, congrats!
Thank you.
Well, without further ado, please show us the top 16 group.
Okay, so for the main deck, it's engine-wise, it's not extremely special. You're playing your consistency cards, Wagon. This one's really scary to draw because this one's like most prone to interactions. Well, something I noticed this YCS was everyone's respecting Gamma a lot, which probably won't be the case moving forward since Gamma's at 1 now. If I would activate Bike or Wakaushi, nobody would Ogre, Droll, Shifter, anything like that, because everyone's respecting Gamma. So that's something I noticed a lot with this YCS and probably change this moving forward with the ban list. And then the Big Benki. And then other engine pieces, 1-of, scales, 1-1. Some people play 3 Peacemaker because it helps you play through hand traps, but I realize that it's only kind of functional if you're already playing. So I'd rather see one of these rather than like have like, one of these in my hand. So this is all right. And then Stealthy. Stealthy was insane this weekend. Book of Moon was very popular this YCS for Cash Mirrors, against Super Heavy Samurai, Pearly, things like that. So Book of Moon was insane this weekend. And what it let me do a lot was going second into boards. If I'm able to like crack half boards, play through a Book of Moon, stuff like that, I'm able to like get this, which lets me grab Book of Moon against the Cash matchup as well. So this was insane for getting Book of Moon, taking people's prosperities, talents. I took talents against Pearly, Solar Noir, made Zeus. Against the highlight of my day was probably taking Eradicator against a Labyrinth opponent and reverse Eradicatoring him by taking his Eradicator and tributing my Savage. So that's probably like the highlight of my day. It's really good. Probably Stealthy was like top performer. So that's it for the Super Heavy Samurai engine. Next, there's just some other pieces. So this is just like the Regulus. You play it because you play the Captain Sargas. It's really good for going second, doing like the Zeus Regulus play for follow-up and control. And then so I think the engine count for this deck is 20, which means that there's 20 non-engine slots. So I played 3 Kaijus because I expected Cash to be one of the best deck and most popular deck for this event. And these really paid off. Going first, it doesn't matter if you open this because it's a free discard. But this is really good against like Noir, a half Super Heavy Samurai board if they end with like Baron Patch or something like that. And this is searchable because I wanted something out to Noir or Chaos Angel. So 3 Kaijus in the main, good going first and second. 3 Veilers, 3 more Ogres, probably like stand-up performer, and like I get why it's limit to 1 now. Gamma was insane this weekend. 3 Ash, 2 Nib, and 3 Fender. Fender's probably like amazing as well, both for Cash Tira and anything else. Generically, it's just a really good card and gets you really good value. Sometimes if I went first, second into a board, and people are on Book of Moon, they would Book of Moon my Fender thinking I want Cash Tira. So Fender was really good. Fender Control with the level 3 hand traps is also really good. Overall though, I think the main deck was perfect and probably would not change anything. I think top performers like Gamma and Fender in terms of main deck tech.
What was the main deck count?
Main deck count was firm 40.
Perfect 40?
Yeah.
Alright, nice. Perfect 40. Let's go.
Extra aside.
Whichever extra.
Okay, so extra Scarecrow, Rip Scarecrow. This card is amazing. It turns 1 Soul Piercer into a loop 2 out of your opponent's hand. Because if they want to stop your combo with Soul Piercer, they have to stop the Soul Piercer and they have to stop the Scarecrow. So I think Scarecrow is amazing for the deck, and I think it's really sad that the deck is, the pure version at least, is now dead with the Scarecrow link on. This card I played alongside this. So I played these two because this lets you get maximal utility from Wakaushi because people rarely use the Wakaushi effect to summon from deck. And if you're under draw, this lets you gain a lot of advantage because this lets you draw 3 anytime someone activates a spell, so like PLAYMATS or the mirror match activating Wakaushi. And then this keeps in check the Wakaushis or the bursts or the My Friend PLAYMATS. So I find like through draw, this lets you get a really good advantage. And it really lets you press for game. I think the mirror struggles to out this outside of searching Jizukiru or Zeusing. So playing those two. For other synchros, I'm playing Savage as an Omni, playing XL, Barone, obviously the package. And then the lineup that I'm going for with my combo was the Omega Loop combo. Yeah, so I was going for Hand Loop 2, Regulus, and Dispatter, along with a Search Gamma. And I thought that because a lot of people would be on Book of Moons and Kaijus and things like that for this event, because of Kashtira, this would really help you sort of dodge those breakers. And the other thing was I didn't want to play Tunneler or Box in my deck because I thought those two cards kind of decrease the consistency of your deck and give you bricks to deal with. And I think ultimately it doesn't really matter what combo you're doing with Super Heavy Samurai. If you get to the point where like you have a burrow and you're able to combo fully, you're kind of already winning just through like sheer advantage. So I don't think it really matters if you have Tunneler or Box or this combo. If you get to combo, I think you're winning with Super Heavy Samurai. I think Omega is really cool because it lets you kind of force a nib out of your opponent's hand early. The other thing was, if I had a Gamma and my cash opponent shifted me, I was able to make an Omega, loop another card out of your hand, and then get my Gamma live. So I think Omega for me was really standout in terms of overall impact. Dispatter also comes up a lot against cash. I'll go over my side and explain that. But I thought Dispatter and Omega were probably like really, really good choices in terms of cards to play in my extra deck. And then I'm playing the Xyz package, Spriggans, Captain Sargass for 4 Material Zeus, Baguska, Lambda, and Cleaver Genius. This is pretty standard. Shout out to, I think, Tristan Bridges. I watched his deck profile. I think he won or topped a regional. And he was the first one that I saw give a deck profile in the HANDLOOP version. So I took inspiration from that. So shout out to Tristan Bridges. Giving credit where credit's due. I sided draw for this event. I think draw is awful. In the mirror match, if you draw your opponent and they're going second, they just Zeus you and you lose. Draw is only good against Super Heavy Samurai. It's bad against Kashtira. Everyone's playing Gamma in the main, so you rarely ever want to like draw your opponent properly. So I was only siding this in the mirror match when they were going first. That's the only matchup I sided draws in for. This was really bad. Also respecting the mirror match, I was playing 2 Phantasme. This was amazing. I also played against Mathmech and also played against Marincess. So this was really good. Again, those decks, Mathmech and Marincess, were also on Book of Moon, so this really helped with targeting protection. And against the mirror match, I sat out to 3 Fenrir and put in 2 copies of this and Pencrotops, because you really want to stop your opponent from comboing. So as soon as they go Scarecrow, you drop the Phantasme, try to dig for hand traps and your engine pieces. So I thought this was overperforming both in testing and in the YCS today. 3 Bell, respecting Mathmech, branded, and specifically the Furniture Labyrinth deck. I think that deck is still in top 16 right now, and that deck is really scary, so I wanted to respect that. So that's Bell. Kurikara for PLAYMATS and Kashtira. The 3rd Nib for whenever it's needed. And then I was playing 3 Bishils. So Bishils are obviously pretty standard in like most side decks, but I was actually putting this in against Kashtira as well, going first. Because if Kashtira shifters you, the Bishils kind of become an extender. So for example, if my Kashtira opponent Bishils me, then you're able to go Magnamut, banish their shifter, and then if you have a Wakaushi on the field, you go Wakaushi Magnamut into Dispatter. You go into Dispatter, and then the Dispatter can bring back the Wakaushi, and then the Wakaushi effect can let you make Sarutobi. So that allows you to check Birth, Field Spell, and then you have the Dispatter to check for any of like the monster negates like Unicorn. So through Shifter, you're still able to like put up a lot if you open one of the extenders. And if they don't Shifter you, Magnamut just kind of becomes an extender and you're able to end on both Dispatter and Barone. And you're also able to search Druid's Horn for insurance against Zeus. So I thought this was really good in testing, and it really also proved its worth in, I think, the one time I drew it, which was actually against top 16, but my opponent opened the nuts. So it is what it is.
There we go. Well, congrats on your first YCS top, man.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, everyone.